how to get it public. I was unlisted before, which is why no one was joining. Or do I suck and that's why no one was joining? Anyway, for those that haven't seen the other live stream, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm out here doing bushes. And I thought I'll go live and it's bright. Go live at the same time because like there's only so much you can show on the GoPro before it gets boring, if you know what I mean. Like I had to take all this tape off and I can show about 10 seconds of that before I have to switch to something else. They're building a house over there. See the blue? They're building a house. So you're going to hear impact gun noises and shit. It sucks. They're noisy and they smoke cigarettes, which I can smell. And yeah, it's just generally unpleasant to have people building houses in your area. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing this. I did figure out, I have to remember that like most people that see this are not going to have seen the unlisted video that the old man made before. So you have to say everything again. I'm doing the bushes in this. I figured out what bushes I need. I'm also filming a video at the same time. That's the GoPro turning on. So I'm doing this arm here. Those are the bushes that I need. I'll show you as well. Not that it really matters to you. I'm going to get grease absolutely everywhere while doing this. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And with grease all over the phone. I should get some rags. Or just do that later. Wait, here's some I didn't prepare earlier, but are close enough that I can reach. Turn this off. Yep. I don't have any parts cleaner, so cleaning my hands is going to be a bit problematic. But we'll do the best we can with what we have. So I've got that. I need something to put these on so that I don't scratch them while I'm doing this. I need a cardboard box or something. That'll do. A paint box. I buy chassis black by the box. Like by the box because I like it. It's weird they label it chassis black, but it's actually Altezza black. See? Look at that. Beautiful. That was actually a nice shot. So yeah, pressing bushes in. It's getting the bush out sucks. Getting the new bushes in is easy. You start off with your... I always like the fact that they've got the different languages on there. Smar, Greece, Fit, and Gracie. I don't know, it just cracks me up. I like it. I enjoy it. It's the little things because, you know, squeeze out the grease. Put that down there. 2 hands for the grease. Oh shit, don't roll away. Yes, I swear this is not family friendly. Get the grease out of the thing like that. Put the grease on the bush and get grease everywhere. Yep, just go nuts. Why aren't you wearing gloves? I don't like wearing gloves. I don't think I've got any like nitride gloves. I probably actually I do. I just don't like getting them. I don't like wearing gloves. I can't feel anything. I like being able to feel what I'm touching, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting it everywhere without getting it everywhere. 13 people in the live stream. That's pretty big for me. I normally don't have large numbers like that in my live streams. And it's just that's it. That's installing bushes. It's easy. Oh, drop to 7. Don't talk about how many people are watching or people will leave. Hi, dog. Ted's here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Yeah, up here. Look, look, look. Yeah, Teddy. All right. Me dog. All right. Now, I can't put this down because you're in the way. What are you going to do? You're going backwards. All right, that works. And that's just going to roll away until it falls on the ground. Yeah, I am a fan of the Smar Grease Fit Graisi. I can't pronounce that. Graisse. There's too many vowels, too many S's. Yep, and we just trying to milk it all out. Get all of the smar out. Mmm, yummy. So, yeah, get it on. Let's get it on. I don't want to use. I do want to use it all, actually. Try not to get it everywhere. Installing bushes is just, it's just this. Okay. Done. Now, this can sometimes be difficult. You need to finger the hole. And the hole is ribbed for your pleasure, for holding on to the grease. You just got to get the grease off your finger into the hole. Lube it up, because you have to put a shaft in there. I'm going to have to open I'm going to have to open another grease packet. Oh, it's my grease packet from another mother. It's from another packet of bushes. There you go. They give you like 2 or 3. I want to turn that on. They give you like 2 or 3 packs of grease per. I need 2 hands. That and this hand's now slippery. It's all covered in smar. I don't know why I find that so amusing. I just do. Everybody left. We're down to 2 people watching. We're at 16. It's just gone 16-2. Everyone's out of here. I don't appreciate that kind of humor. Joking about inserting shit is not funny. It is funny. Your sense of humor is broken. There we go. Right, now we need to get a shaft from the bag. I put the bolts in here as well so that I would remember where the bolts go. I don't know, I think that's a good idea. Remove them from the subframe and then put them in the bag with the bolts, with the bushes that they need to go with. Oh my god, Dave, you're so smart. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. It could be. You're introducing contaminants into the bag with the bushes of the. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe not. But yeah, make sure you grease your shaft. You need to grease your shaft. I don't want grease on both hands. All this this is just the first one. Line that up with the hole, and then Armstrong it in. If it doesn't go in, grab a plastic hammer. I don't think it's going to go. I don't have the arm strength. Yeah, I need a plastic hammer. But yeah, it's just like that. I'm going to get a plastic hammer. I'll be right back. Oh, I got grease everywhere. I've got grease all over the place. Didn't want to do that. Plastic hammer. In. More grease. Wipe off the excess for now. You need to put more on later. kind of. You need a thin layer on the face. You don't need too much. It's just going to attract dirt, really, but it does need to be there. Yeah. You just got to massage around the hole. Okay, that's one. Next. Stop it. Why are you like this? You could be any other way. I'm covered in grease. So whack that in there. Put as much grease in the hole as possible. I didn't go over this with the... I did tape it though, so... I didn't go over it with a wire wheel. Should I? My OCD is not going to let me continue without doing that. So now I have to take that grease off and then use the wire wheel on it. Luckily I didn't install the bushes already. Why though? I don't know. Someone told me that it's a good idea to use a wire wheel where you're going to install a bush. I don't know if it's necessary, but I trust that that person was telling me the truth. It's just this wire wheel, and it's just this. Why do you need to do that? I don't know. Take off any flaky rust or paint that's in here. Shit, sorry mate, accidentally copy-pasted that. Copy-pasted what? Oh, a message is held for review. What does it say? $500, toss them balls around on the live real quick. I'm going to show that. That's glorious. Hey, for $500, I would toss them balls around on the lives real quick. I would. Although, yeah, nah, not these balls. I'd toss around some balls, maybe juggling. 2 balls and a club, if you know what I mean. For $500 is $500. What did I do with the... That's a great comment. Don't apologize for that. It might be the best comment. The best comment. It's the best comment I've lost. I had a rag. Oh, it's there. That's a great comment. $500. Toss them balls around on the live real quick. Glorious. I don't believe that you accidentally copy-pasted that. I think that was meant for me, and it's glorious. That's the kind of comment I appreciate. Right, back to the SMA, the grease, the fat, the greasy. If someone can teach me how to pronounce that, I'd be appreciative. Is that backwards for you? I don't know if it is. It might be. It's backwards on my screen. It might be backwards on your screen. Anyway. Get to it. I need to get some of that. Oh, shit. Put this in here. Yep. Grab a bush from the pack. Part numbers will be in the description. That's for the GoPro over there. Put some graze, some fet, some SMA on here. I don't even know what languages those are, but they're good. It's gooder. Lots and lots of grease on here. Installing bushes is really difficult. No, getting bushes out can be really difficult. Installing them is easy. Installing bushes is really easy. Well, these bushes. Installing StrongFlex bushes on the Altezza is extremely easy. The only one that wasn't easy was the control arm, but you'll see that in a minute. I'll explain why. It's just going to be spoilers for the video that's going to come out on this subject, but I don't know when that video is coming out. I haven't edited in a while. I've been doing this. Yep. And it's just rinse and repeat. Grab grease from pack, smear grease on bush, push grease into arm or rod. We jumped 24 people watching. We've never had 24 people in a live stream before. That's outrageous. And then we push it in. That's it. Like, yo. Am I Tasmanian? Do I have two heads? What a weird question. No, I'm not from Tasmania. If you're from Tasmania, you might be pissed off about that. It's gonna be fine though. Australians generally have good sense of humors. Sense of humors. Yeah, good, nice. Senses have. Just stop. Don't pretend you know how to talk. You have two heads. No, I'm not from Tasmania. Originally from Victoria, and then spent a lot of time on the Gold Coast, as you do. In the early 90s, it was common for people from Victoria to just pack up and move to Queensland. Take the kids, move to Queensland. You know. So yeah, one of them. Oh, something else is held for review. What is it? One is in my pants though. Nice. I need to show that. Show it. Another moderator just handled this. No, they didn't. I'm the only. YouTube is. Show it. Another I don't know if that's visible or not. Oh wait, there it is. You have two heads. Two heads. One's in your pants. I mean, I don't count that. Yeah, it speaks for itself, really. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know if Victoria's nice. I like, I find as I'm getting older, I'm liking more mining stuff on YouTube. And I think the only reason I can come up with as to why is because I'm from a mining town originally, and it's somehow connected to my roots or something like that. So, you know what I mean? Maybe, but I don't know if there's any fact to that. Psychology and all that stuff. I don't think it's a science. I think there's so much, like there's a lot of common things, but I think it generalizes a lot. What the hell am I talking about? Oh, it's Hunter. How you doing, dude? Housework? No, I'm pushing bushes in, mate. For the Altezza. Ancestry memory is a real thing. Makes sense. I don't know. Because it's kind of... It might be a real thing. Not sure. I don't think any of my ancestors are actually miners. Although, I mean, surely they must have done some mining, but they weren't, I don't think that's... I mean, maybe. Don't know. How you doing, Hunter? What's cracking? I'm just rubbing my shaft. Out here. Oh shit. This is gonna need. It's gonna be hammer time again. You're just gonna go in. Come on. Oh. It went, but then it stopped. I just don't have the power. Life as usual. Yeah, working on the Altezza. Life as usual. Exactly. Oh, for you? You was life as usual. Yeah, me too. Constantly and always working on the Altezza because I just can't leave it alone. Then just massage around the hole real quick. We were all miners at some point. Aha. I like what you did there. I see what you did there. We all liked miners at some point, but most of us no longer like miners. Some of us do still like, or some of them, some people still like miners. It's a difficult, yeah, that's an interesting spin. With that wonderful sound. I couldn't either. I don't know what sound you're talking about. Oh, the Altezza. The ones who still like them are in government. You're not wrong. Or work for the police department, one or the other. How else could you get away with it unless you were, in some position of power where you could just make it disappear? Anyway, that's a shit topic for a live stream. It's funny, but it's a shit topic for a live stream. I don't even know what he's talking about. Yeah, it's better you don't, honestly. So, my legs are going to sleep. That's that one done. It's that easy, people. It's that easy. Okay, now, next. What can you see? Nothing. Great. That's perfect. I'll show you this one. Here's one I prepared earlier. Yeah. Okay. Right. And then this was the hardest. Was this the hardest? Whoa, shit, I'm gonna fall over. This might have been. What was it? The tow rods were really difficult to get out. The tow rod bushes. They were really difficult to get out, but this might have taken the most time because that center section there is actually not part of it, as you can see. You have to press out the bush from the two sides, and if you don't support this side while you're pushing on that side, you'll just crush it. So yeah, watch the video and you'll see how I did that. I'm not gonna, keep your secrets. Yeah, so that was probably the hardest one, the rear trailing arm. It looks nice, right? I won't get too close to the camera because you'll change your opinion on how nice it is, but it's nicer than it was when I took it out. Yeah, don't look close. I just took the flaky paint off and then began spraying, basically. Didn't load it into the sandblaster, couldn't be bothered. I think it's better to keep most of the original powder coating, if it was even powder coated. I think it's best to keep most of the original coating on there and then just add coating. If it's thicker, I mean, thicker's good, right? So, I'm going to turn that GoPro back on again and then film a little bit. I'm doing the rear subframe bush. It's not the rear subframe bush, is it? No. Doing the, what is it? It's the control arm. What do they call it? Rear track control arm inner bush. There's the part number there. You can see it as well. There we go. Are you going to do any more videos about the cappuccino? Last dedicated video you have of yours is from like a year ago of you cleaning. Yeah, I need to do that video again. It's dirty. Am I going to? Yes. When? the end of 2024, I was like, I'm trying to do too much at once. I need to focus on one car, finish one car, and then move on to the next car. I don't know if the Cappuccino is next. The reason it was a year ago is because GoPro, now the memory card is full. The reason it was a year ago is because that's sort of when I was still deciding on what I was doing, and after I cleaned the Cappuccino, it was like, this is a big job. I'm better to focus on one car, and I've been focused on the Altezza. I didn't think. I thought the Altezza was done, and then the engine mount broke, and it was like, okay, so I'm doing engine mounts, and then I had to modify the transmission mount, and then what? Then what happened? I think then if I'm doing the engine mounts, I may as well do the suspension bushes as well. They need doing, so I went down that rabbit hole, and I've been on that rabbit hole for a while. There's a video that I need to make that I haven't made yet. Wait, let's stay on topic. The Cappuccino, absolutely, I'm going to work on it again, but I'll show you why I haven't. I'll show you why I haven't. So I'm just walking in here. There's the door. Thanks to everybody who's on there. Here's the Cappuccino. Let's flip this around like that so that I can... There's the Cappuccino. It needs cleaning again, but it's just dust. That's fine. So some of the interior parts are in the back of the carry truck. If I open this, the back is still pulled apart. Back in that corner there, I found the smallest piece of rust, and I wanted to repair that. So I put on some rust converter, and then was like, what paint am I going to use? Couldn't decide, so it's just sat here. But that's not really the reason why. For this car, let's do this. For this car, I'm basically doing... I don't know what's happening in there. I haven't decided yet, but I am doing suspension bushes on it. Also, the fuel tank in this car is rusty. To get the fuel tank out, I have to drop the rear subframe. While the subframe's out, I may as well do the bushes at that time. So the first thing that needs to happen to get this car back on the road is dropping the tank, or dropping the rear subframe. If I drop the rear subframe, where do I put it? Where do I put the subframe if I drop it? No, I can't. Like... If I moved the Cappuccino outside to the tent, I could do that, but that's where the Altezza lives at the moment, so I can't do that. I also have the Every Van in the backyard, which takes up space, which I don't really use the Every Van anymore. Let's go have a look at the Every Van. It's just a series of, you need to do this before you do that, before you do that. And that's why I haven't worked on the Cappuccino. So if we look at the Every Van at the moment, she's a bit rusty. I need to put some rust converter on the roof and spray it. But before I do that, I need to move that. Why do you need to do that? Because I'm gonna sell it. I don't need it. I don't use it. It's cool, but I just don't use it. I use the Hi-Ace, or I use the Altezza. The van doesn't have a purpose anymore. I bought it as parts to fix the daily, and now I've just gone from daily to daily to daily. The carry was supposed to be my daily. Look at that thing. So yeah, the plan is finish the Altezza. We'll get this stuff done. Yeah. Let's flip the camera around so I can see. There's the transmission, bushes, stuff. We're doing that. Once all of that's done, Hopefully, it'll still be winter. I won't be tempted to drive to. I won't be tempted to drive the Altezza. I can move the Altezza forward, put the van in the shed. There'll be no bugs. I can heat the in the shed in the tent. I can wrap that in. This is a long answer. Yeah, I can wrap the tent in tarps, and then treat and fix the roof, paint it, get that ready for sale. It moves. It moves under its own power, so that's cool. Then, once that moves under its own power, um, it like the Altezza could go next to it. I mean, does it even need to be done? I mean, the best case scenario would be sell it. That would be the best case scenario. Paint the roof, and then sell it, and then work on everything else. But um, yeah, basically either that or that needs to go out so that I have room to work on that, because I don't want to put that outside, if that makes sense. In the meantime, I am doing a little bit of work on this. Spoilers. I don't know if this will make it into a video or not. I put sound deadening on this years ago, and it doesn't work. So I'm slowly taking the sound deadening off, and I'll paint it a nice color. Probably white, maybe green. I don't know. I did that to the van, and I really liked it. So I might paint this one fluoro green just because. Why not? Yeah, so that's happening. I don't know whether this will go outside or that'll go outside, but one of them will. Probably that, because it has manual windows, so it's easy to, like, this thing's got electric windows and it's just a mess. So it'd be easier to move this over there and put that outside full of its stuff, and whatever can't fit in it can go in there, if that makes any sense. So yeah, finish the Altezza, work on the van, hopefully sell the van. If not, move the van back outside with 75,000 fucking coats of clear on it so it doesn't rust again, or lose its freshly painted look before it sells. Move one of these cars outside, move the Cappuccino over slightly, drop the subframe, drop the tank, clean the tank, put the tank back in, do the rear subframe bushes, redo all of the fuel lines and stuff, and then the back of the car will be finished. Then it's bring cars back in if I need to, shuffle cars, because when I'm working on... I don't know if the engine needs to... Well, the engine does need to come out, so it's probably better if I do that while the other cars are out as well. Oh, shit. That's a bit horrible. Yeah, there's just stuff everywhere. Jesus. Don't mind me, I'm recovering from a cold. Yeah, so why haven't you worked on the Cappuccino? Because I have to do this, to do that, to do that, to do that, to do that, then I can work on the Cappuccino. And those things, that same situation has been going on for years. Need to do this before I can do that, before I can do that. And apparently that's fairly common with people who have multiple project cars. So one at a time is probably the best way to go about it. I hope that answers the question. If I didn't answer your question, then ask something else specific. Dave, American here, please grow your hair back. I mean, I only grew my hair long because it had never been long before. And the hair is annoying and dangerous, so I don't think I'm going to grow it long again. When you lean forward and your hair hangs down and something's spinning, not safe. And having your hair up all the time is, I mean, it's feminine, and I'm not a fan of being feminine, so I'm not really a feminine dude. So, I mean, I had thought about growing it long and then cutting it, like doing a samurai cut just for my passport photo. I thought that would be really cool, but my passport's up now, and I don't have a passport currently. I need to get a new one, but it's like $1,000 for an Australian passport because I'm in Japan, and because of the, it's not $1,000, but it's the best part of $1,000 for an Australian passport. So that's why I haven't done that. So grow your hair long again. I mean, maybe. I tell you what, if we get to 1 million subscribers, I'll grow my hair long again. If we get to 10,000, I'll grow my hair long again. We're still at 5. I've been in the 5,000 subscriber range for a long time. I was kind of hoping at some point the channel would just get a bump, and I get like 1,000 in 1 month just to bump it, but it just never happened, and I don't know if it will ever happen. I thought shorts would help. They haven't really. I get subscribers from shorts, but they tend to not be interested in, like, well, at least they don't think they're so interested in my regular content. And you can't make money from shorts. It's impossible. You need millions of views on shorts to make any money from them. So I don't know how. Yeah. So yeah, get to 10,000 subs, and I'll grow my hair long again. If it happens within the next, yeah, because I guess I'll get to 10,000 eventually. So no, we need some kind of time limit on it. I'm not against the idea of growing my hair long again, but I need some incentive, because I don't, like, there are negatives to having long hair. In summer, it's hot. It's uncomfortable to wear a helmet while I have long hair. It gets in my face while I'm trying to do work out here. It's dangerous when you're working with spinning machinery. So, yeah. I need to get another memory card for the GoPro. I'm just out here doing work, talking to you guys, and not filming any of it. And I've lost all the people who are watching because I wasn't doing what I set out to do. Okay, so I've got, these are the bushes. I'll get one of the shafts out as well. That can go here. Yeah, 2 people watching. That's more like, that's what I'm used to. Used to 2 people, 2 or 3 people watching, not the 26 we had earlier. That's just weird. 26 people. Yep. Some Smar, some grease, some Gracie. Rub all of that on there. All of the grease. I guess most people didn't like my story of why I haven't worked on the Cappuccino. Definitely going to work on it. It's one car that I'll never sell. I've never driven an Alto. I haven't really driven a Cappuccino. Oh, yeah, I have. I drove Hikaru's Cappuccino. I've never really driven mine. I drove mine for like 15 minutes, I think, before I took it off the road. Bush. In. And that's it. That's all it is. Easy. Next. You're not filming this, Dave, for the video. I need to get a memory card. And then, but I can't because I'm live. And then I can't because, yeah. Yep. It's sexual, isn't it? 6 likes. Like, that's... I don't know if I've ever had... I don't know if I've ever had this many people watch or this many people like. You love the story. Made me feel a little bad by distracting you so much. No, 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 no. I started the live to talk to people. Like, not like that's the reason I did it. So I am happy that you asked the question. Thank you for asking the question. Because otherwise it's just me sitting here doing this. And who wants to watch me finger a bush? When I was fingering the other bushes, I had 26 people watching, so maybe that is what people actually want. Screw this car stuff. I want to see you finger bushes. If it was a burning bush, now that would be something. How did we get political all of a sudden? We didn't get political, we got religious. Finger a burning bush. How did my brain go to that? I don't know. Just have a weird... I think you've got a good brain, Jack. Stupid ass Jack. Never go full retard. The smart, the grease, the fit, the greasy. Yep. Get that grease. Get that smar. And then you need to finger the hole. Finger that damn hole. I was going to say that dirty hole, but it's not. It's actually really clean. It's a super clean hole. Finger that super clean hole. Then we rub some lube on the shaft. Why do you like this? It's story time with Dave. What's everything behind you? I'm not going into that. This pile? What's everything behind? Can you give us an inventory check on everything behind you? No. No, we're not doing that. Come over and I'll go through it all. See, what happened was, there's a lot of that in each story. How did you end up with a cappuccino? See, what happened was, that's literally how that ends up, how that story starts. Same with the Alto. I think all of my cars start with that. See, what happened was. Yep. 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 All of them. All of my cars stories start with that. See, what happened was. Some weird circumstance. Every car I own now is attached to a weird circumstance. They all have a story. And I think the stories have all been told at some point, but never like, this is my car, this is its story. That's maybe a good idea for a series of videos. Just give it a little tappy. A tap, tap, taparoo. And then we tap the bush from the other side. Ooh, we're getting grease everywhere. Bit of back and forth, because as you're pushing one side, the other side's trying to push itself out. I could use two plates or washers and a G-clamp. Maybe I should do that. But, the hammer works. Do I really want to go get another tool? Not really. I've got a hammer here. It's hammer time. But way too much grease here. Yeah. Way too much. The hole's full of grease. It's just a lot. There's a lot of grease. Too much. That's wasteful. It'll be fine. Yeah, so that's that. I need to get a memory card so that I can actually film one of these. Do I have one out here? Oh, my legs are asleep. Flip this around. Now, here's where I've been charging my GoPros recently. And I thought, oh, there it is. Yes. This is my like phone stand at the moment. You're just leaning up against a can of Chassis Black. Did you get another 2? If you did get another 2, a press would be nice. For bearings mostly though. Oh, another tool? A press? You mean one of those? I have a bearing press. Yes, I have a bearing press. But the problem with the bearing press is it's great at squashing shit, but you have to be able to fit the shit into the machine, and that's sometimes more complicated than it needs to be. So if you have like a bush pulling kit will be a cup, a plate, and a rod, because you just can't get the thing that you're trying to pull a bush out of into the press. Like I don't want to say never, but it'd be really difficult to get the rear subframe into the bearing press. So we just don't do it that way. It's not done that way. You use heat and you pull it out with screwdrivers or whatever. And then with this one, I like to pull the bush out. I did use the press. For the tie rods, I couldn't use the press because I didn't have something. You need a cup that goes on the outside edge beyond the bush. And if you don't have something that size, you can't use the press. Then you need something that's exactly the same size as the bush, but fits in the cup perfectly. If you don't have those two things, you can't use the press for bushes. Sometimes the bushes have got a flange on one side, and the best way to get that out is with an air chisel or something onto that flange and force it out. In that case, you can't use a press either, because the flange covers the area that you need to support in order to push the bush through, if that makes any sense. So yes, the bearing press is fantastic, and to all the people that said, don't buy it, you'll never use it, shut the fuck up. I have used it a lot. It saved my ass dozens of times, so it was absolutely worth buying. But it's not the, oh, now I have a bearing press, I can do everything. No, it's a supportive tool in the overall scheme of being able to do shit. You can get away without using a press. You could, like, if you had a scissor jack and then 2 pylons that were this far apart, then and a pipe, you have a press. You know what I mean? Like, all it is a bottle jack. Like, all the press is a bottle jack sandwiched between 2 plates, and then something to push onto. That's all it is. So yeah, the a bearing press is not the be all and end all of. Could I load that into the press? Yeah, I could, but it would be faster to use a G-clamp. Why? Why would it be faster to use a G-clamp? Because, I only have to press, what am I doing? I only have to press this far. But if you look at my bearing press, it's already extended partially, and there's that much space between the action area and the plate, which means I would have to adjust the machine to fit this in it to be able to work with it, if that makes any sense. Was a G-clamp, I mean, let's not even use a G-clamp. Let's use this. Let's right here. Why didn't I just grab this thing? Yeah, orientation is locked. All right, so let's put this on here. Is it gonna work? Is this gonna work? I don't know. Let me just put this back. Yeah. Nobody watching. Everybody's gone, apparently. It's probably everyone leaves probably because I go on rants. I wonder if it's the rants why everyone leaves, or whether it's just nobody left, but YouTube just shows that everybody left. Like that's in. That's much faster than using the bearing press. Yeah. Yeah. And the hammer is still king. Oh, it's still sitting out. Why are you like this? But that's definitely compressing it. But the bush isn't going in. As long as it fits in the subframe, it's not going to matter. You hear it lies. There you go. It's lying. I thought so. But hopefully you can see what I mean. Like this, to set this up is doing the same thing that the bearing press would do. It's just easier. And that doesn't want to go in any further. So I'm going to say I'll sort it out in the mix. Unless I used the wrong bush. Are there two different sizes? No, they're the same size. They are the same size, so... No. Whatever. Get it in there. The metal edge is flush with this side, and the metal edge is flush with this side. So it is where it needs to be. It's possible at some point, either me, I don't think it was me, or when Toyota pressed in the original bush, one of us might have squashed this in slightly, but it's not going to matter. What matters is that the shaft or the tube is the right side. Hydraulic lock or air lock? Hydraulic lock or air lock? I have no idea of the context of what you just said. It's just, you've put 5 words on the screen, and I don't know what the context of those 5 words are while I'm rubbing my hole. No idea. You've been in Japan too long, Sunny Tora. That's what it is. I swear that's what it is. It's the context is missing from a lot of the things that you say. I just don't know what you're talking about. I find that that's a very Japanese trait, is to say stuff, but you have no idea what the context is of the thing that the person said. If you know what I mean. Right, so that's definitely pressed in because the metal is the same size as the bushes. They are flush, so we are good there. We've got one more to do. But before I do that, that's what I was doing. Just getting distracted. I need to change the memory card in the GoPro so that I can actually do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, which is filming the thing. I don't know which memory card is full, but one of them is. Two of them might be, but I know this one is. You get out of there. The action camera. Quick, change the memory card. Okay, battery cover off, battery out, and then possibly tweezers to get to the... I have nails. I have a nail, right? I can't get... Oh, there we go. Meanwhile, the action's gone, mate. All right, put this memory card in. Put the battery back in. The camera's... It's gonna go on a GoPro rant about... Oh, I hate fucking GoPros. That's the correct memory card. We have memory available for GoProing. The irony of the name GoPro. Right, okay. For the GoPro, here we go. There's one of the... What did they call it? I need to do this again. There's one of the rear track control arm inner bushes fitted. There's the part number. The part number will be in the description. I can't remember whether I recorded that or not, so just do it again. And that's that. The next one, here it is, looking all nice. 7 likes. Thank you very much for the likes. Appreciate it. Only 2 people watching apparently, but as we discovered, YouTube fucking lies. They do. They do. I don't know whether I want to talk. Will I talk about it? I guess. I saw something that kind of bugged me. It was Whistle and Diesel is getting busted by the government for like tax evasion or something, not paying his taxes or something. And they are fucking him over. Like, they are legit fucking him over. But he's like, the way he's talking about it in the latest video is like, why are they doing this to me? Stuff like that. And why are they doing it this way? And it's like, that's how they've always done it. He's like, oh, they don't tell you what you need to pay. You have to figure it out for yourself, but they tell you that you owe money, but they won't tell you how much. And then they're secretive about this and that. And it's like, they've always been that way. It's like, you didn't care before it happened to you? Or, you know, you just were unaware that the government is screwed like that? And he's... just the way he was talking about it, maybe it's just me, but from the way I felt he was talking about it is he kind of... It's not that he expects special treatment, but maybe that is the impression that I got. Does he want special treatment, or does he expect special treatment, or is he just ignorant as to the government has always been trying to fuck us? I don't know. No idea. Anyway, hi from Sasebo. Hi, how you doing? Are you with U.S. military? Being in Sasebo? I'm actually having trouble reading that. My eyes are going bad. My eyes have been going bad in 2025. That's been my 2025 is me losing my eyesight. Legit, that's actually what it is. In 2024, my eyesight was perfect. Now, if I'm trying to read the chat from here, that's blurry. I can read it, but it's blurry. Monday morning in December. It is already December. It is. And the banging you can hear is them building a house. Or two houses, actually. Because they knocked one down. They're building two in its place. We have all sorts of unsavory looking characters hanging around too. It's kind of a bit bad. Sit on my porch and shake my fist at them. Grease. Grease for the bushes. Put grease on the bush. If you put too much on, you're just going to make a mess. I might do the center. Might finger the center while I'm here. Yeah, just to not end up with it everywhere, which I'm probably going to do anyway. But yeah, what's the name? Daignatiev. Daignatiev? I'm not sure. Are you Japanese, American, or from somewhere else? Can't tell from the name. But you are in Japan. The sasebo. Take the bush. Insert the bush. Nice. Rinse and repeat for the other side. Put the grease on the bush. Now we got American military flying over. It's all happening. Grease. Put the grease on the bush. Installing bushes. Super riveting stuff. Well, I guess a lot of people have never done this before. If you've got any kind of money, you'd probably pay someone to do this for you. Although you probably shouldn't, because it's not a very difficult thing to do, but it will make your car drive like new again. Your suspension won't work properly on 30-year-old bushes. Spend $4,000 on coilovers on 30-year-old bushes. You're in it for the look, mate, not for the performance. Insert the bush. That's that section done. I already fingered the hole? I did. Yep, we're greasy in there. Put some on the shaft. Yep. Those who are watching the live stream will see this footage again on a video because I have the GoPro right there. Hi. Those watching this on the GoPro could have watched this live because I've got my phone live streaming right there. Hi. Like that. But what happened to the guy from Sasebo who's not answering me? Just greasing up my shaft. It's not a shaft though, it's a tube. Greasing up my tube. Yeah, this is probably the most successful live stream I've ever done, which suggests to me that I've been live streaming at the wrong time. Like I normally live stream at night, like 10 or 8 p.m. onward, but I probably should be live streaming during the day because people actually join. And that's the point, isn't it? It's slipping out of my hands. It's actually impossible to hold on to. Right, here we go. Insert tube. Uh-oh. Yep, get grease all over hands. Insert tube into arm. Okay, so that's not possible by hand. Let's get the grease off my hands. And the last one, I'm trying this. This is a woodworking clamp. I've got a few of them because I use them for home renovation. does this work, or is the hammer better? Yes, I do have a bearing press, but to set it up to do just this, I mean, I wouldn't have even set it up yet, and it's already done. How do you know it's done? I'll show you. The metal tube is flush with the bush on this side and flush with the bush on this side. It's actually protruding on this side a little bit. Let's give it a tap with a hammer. There we go. Perfect. Flush on both sides, which means it's seated correctly. A little bit of grease on the outer edge, and we're done. We are done. We have finished. That is the... No. There's still one more. Well, two more. Two more. Been live for an hour. That's pretty cool. Eventually, I'm gonna run out of stuff. If you are just joining us, or if you haven't seen the entire live stream, there has been some interesting conversation and stuff. So yeah, make sure you go back later and check it out. Not live, but just later. Yeah, I'm stoked that's done. Oh, my legs. My legs. Ugh. Put this up over here. Come with me if you want to live. See, I've just got them up there. Flip it around. Arms, those arms, those arms. Just chilling. Over here. Yeah, there's stuff everywhere. Those arms, I'm not going to be using those. I need to buy adjustable arms because I modified the... Allegedly modified the subframe to not be adjustable anymore. I need to have adjustable rods because the frame is no longer adjustable, if that makes any sense. Allegedly. Definitely didn't do that if you're from the Shotgun place. These bushes are not going to go in my car because I already have solid mounts in those locations. Sway bar bushes I'll do later. What's this? This is the upper arm bush. I've got the Cusco, so I don't think I can use those. Investigate later. These are the tow rods from the front. No, caster arms from the caster rods from the front. Because I've got aftermarket ones, I don't need those. Here, these are different sway bar bushes. Different sway bar bushes. Front and rear, different sway bar bushes. Those are stock. Those are other ones. Why? See, what had happened was, I figured out that the Altezza actually came with two different rear OEM sway bars. I'll show you. It's pretty clear to see. This is the one from my car. This is another Altezza one that I bought from Yahoo Auction. And you can see, you should be able to make out, that this one's quite a bit thicker. They're both stock, but this one's thicker. I think they went with the thinner one on the later model. I can't remember, I'll have to check it. Here we've got the Cusco, which is bigger again. And in the back, I have the yellow TRD one, which is bigger again. Here I have the front TRD. I don't have any other fronts because there seems to be only two different sizes for the front. Either stock or the big. I think that's 19 mil or something like that. Anyway, the size doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sway bar shootout. I'll go up to Ebisu track next year. It was supposed to happen this year, but I blew my engine mounts last year, and that just ruined the whole year. It actually did. Blowing the engine mounts on the Altezza ruined the whole year. It changed everything that I was planning to do with the YouTube for the whole year. This was supposed to be the sway bar shootout was supposed to be the big video of this year, but it just hasn't, haven't even, the car's been apart the whole year, well, most of the year. I got it back together for October so that I could drive to Kyoto and back, and it worked really well, by the way. And then yeah, it was like, okay, it's running out of Shukken, which is like the roadworthy thing. I need to do that, so it's gonna be, the car's not gonna be able to drive while I'm doing the subframe. You can't drive if you don't have Shukken, so the timing of that was perfect, really. The car ran out of Shukken. It's winter. Not going to drive the car for a few months, so why not take care of the rear suspension bushes and the front? So that's next year's big video. I mean, I don't know if it's next year's big video. It's definitely going to be a big video for next year. I plan to. It also depends on the YouTube, how what's happening with YouTube. YouTube is my biggest form of revenue at the moment, and it's not a lot of revenue. So do I focus on driving the Altezza, or do I focus on doing stuff with other cars? The beauty of the Cappuccino is I've been accumulating stuff for years. Same with the Alto. I could do a lot of work on that without spending much money at all, which is really good. So what does that say? I guess it depends on what you're interested in. The big video for next year might be the fact that I do the rear subframe bushes and fuel tank on the Cappuccino. Or it might be the sway bar shootout. I plan to spend, I want to say, 5 days straight at Ebisu. I don't know whether I'll do it during Matsuri or I'll just stealth it up there by myself so that there's no cars on track. And I don't know, do 10 laps on one sway bar and then switch sway bars. Do 10 laps. Switch sway bars. Do 10 laps. See what the difference is. Take the sway bar off. See if it drifts better. There's only 2 to test on the front, but I have to test all of the rears. So it'll be standard sway bar, test all the rears, switch to, I guess, no sway bars at all. Could be quite dangerous. Then what? Then switch to the TRD front and test all of the rears on that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever done that before. And even if they have, whatever, I'll do it. I think it's interesting. I want to know what it feels like. A lot of the mods I do to the car, I can't feel the difference. And I don't know whether that's because I'm not good enough to drive, not good enough to feel the difference, or see, there's 2 ways to look at it. Are you so sensitive that everything makes a difference, or are you just not sensitive and can just do it because you just adapt? I don't know. I don't know which one. I don't know which one is correct. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I want to see what that's like. I have all of those, so let's test them. Standard, smaller standard, Cusco, TRD. Which sway bar do I like? And then the one at the end of the 5 days or whatever, I'll keep on the car and then sell the other ones on Yahoo Auction. Maybe I'll be selling TRD sway bars. Maybe I'll be using them. The guy who, basically my drift mentor, I guess you could call him, is like, you don't want sway bars. But at the same time, he's not super experienced in drifting Altezes. So he got in my car and he's like, "Why is this so easy to drift? I don't understand." So yeah. Anyway, you listen. The 180SX guys from the States are like, "Stiff sway bar, man." We'll find out. So I don't know if that's the big video, but it's definitely a planned video for next year. If I can do that, spend the money, and get some real seat time in the Altezza, live stream drifting. Um, yeah, be kind of cool, I think. Do you reckon? Maybe. Yeah, I went off on a rant about that. Well, I mean, I may as well. What are those off? Trailing arm front bush. Let's put them up there. My tire machine is more often than not just used as a table. Oh my god, you've got a tire machine? Yes, I do. See, what had happened was, yeah, everything has that story, that same start. See, what happened was, my friend promised I could use his tire machine, and then he got the shits with me and wouldn't let me use it when it was really important that I needed to use it. So I decided then I needed my own machine, because you can't trust, like, yeah, you can't trust people to keep. If I was in Australia and I had a tire machine and my friend pissed me off, the next day he needed to use my tire machine, he'd be allowed to use it. I might be pissed off at him. I might like give him shit the whole time he's doing it as like revenge for pissing me off, but he'd still be allowed to use it. That's just not what happened here in this case. So it was like, well, I can't rely on people to do that. And it's not the first time this has happened. It's why I own so many tools and different things, because you can't rely on other people to be to get over it, you know? It was stupid too. Stupid argument. It wasn't even an argument. Dude was like, because he's a mechanic, and he's like, I'm qualified to work on brakes, and people who are not qualified to work on brakes shouldn't work on brakes because it's dangerous. And I'm like, I don't even care, man. I'm going to work on my own brakes because it's not that complicated in my opinion, and I can't afford to pay other people to do it. I don't see the point in paying other people to do it. And he got offended because he's a professional. He got offended, and from that, he didn't say anything at the time, but the next day when I went to change my tires, he's like, "No, what are you doing here? You can't do it. Um, something something breaks, professional. I have pride in my profession." It's like, okay, whatever, dude. So yeah, I haven't spoken to him in like a long time because of that shit. Just shit. So that's why I own a tire machine. It was $1,500. So if you factor in how much I paid for the car plus the tire machine and the balancer, it's still cheaper than what you paid for your car. So don't be like, "Oh my god, you got a tire machine, you must be rich." No, no, I bought cheap shit cars and the tools to maintain them or to operate them. My Altezza was really cheap. It was because I bought them. I bought it before they were popular. Nobody wanted them at that stage, so I got kind of lucky in that respect. What time is it? It's it's almost lunchtime. I think we'll do one more set of bushes and then I'll get out of here. What do you reckon? Do you think that's a good idea? Leave it in the chat if you think that's a good idea. Talking about all sorts of shit today. Where are the other bushes? They in here. Oh, no, 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 no. I put them outside. I did that already. You could do that already. Let's take the GoPro. 63% battery. Take some more SMAR, some grease, fett, Grazie. Bright as shit out here. Right, where are you going, Dave? Well, oh, that's the GoPro lens. We're going to do those. So the Strong Flex kit comes with the bushes for here, but not for these. So these I'm probably going to go with Serial 9, just because basically I like the way they look. I know like a lot of people have fitted the that product from other companies and they haven't fit properly, whereas I haven't heard that about the Serial 9. Anything I buy from Japan costs more than if I was to buy 2 sets of those bushes. If I can find someone else in Japan that wants a set of Serial 9 bushes for there, and we ship 2 together, that cuts the shipping in half, and it works out cheaper than anything you can buy in Japan. So the Serial 9 bush kind of makes sense. I'm waiting for Roy to get back to me about whether he wants that or not. If he doesn't, I'll reach out to somebody else. Because I think that's the most sensible thing to do. But I mean, the beauty of this bush is that it's here. It's on the underside. There's good access to either side of it. And even if even now, I would use the same method to remove it, which is not using the bearing press. I would use I'll probably destroy this, pull the center out, use a washer on this side and a cup on this side, and then pull it out with a threaded rod. That's how I got this one out. Spoiler alert for the video coming out. Yeah, so I'll be able to do it later in the car. There is movement in it. It is rooted. I don't believe it's supposed to have lateral movement like that. This one you can actually hear it. Well, I can hear it. So yeah, they are rooted. They need doing. They've done nearly 200,000 kilometers over, what, 20 something years. This is a 98 model. So, what, 28 years? Is it a 98? I don't even know, honestly. There's no build date on it. But I digress. They are rooted because they're so old. They will be changed, just not yet because I don't have them. How are we gonna do this? Why don't we do this? You can lean up there. Yeah, you can see me like that. That's all right. I need to get. Oh, I didn't bring the. I have to get. The words aren't coming out. I need to get the drill and the wire brush to clean up that before inserting the new bushes. So I need to go get that. Bring you with me again. Standard stuff. Trips. 75 trips back to the shed area. Dave, you've got a pretty big shed area. Yeah, I do. This used to be this is still called the barbecue area because we used to barbecue under here, but then I closed in that wall and then closed in that wall and put a door on it, and now it's parts storage for me and where I do a lot of the stuff. So you can't have a barbecue in here anymore. Monday in Japan, and it's Sunday night here in GY. Where is GY? GY. Great York instead of New York. GY. Here in GY. I hate... Oh. GUYA. I don't know where that is. Guyana. I don't know where Guyana is. Guyana. Random NPC 62. Are you in the Discord? Or have I been talking to you in the shorts? I recognize the username. Yeah. One of these. I don't know where Guyana is. A country in South America. Holy shit. South America? My little YouTube channel's gone all the way to South America. That's pretty cool. Welcome, dude. South America. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. What are you doing? Can't see. Yeah, fine. A fellow Alteza owner. Well, I'm currently working on Alteza shit, so that's relevant to your interests. That's interesting. Very interesting. There's like a... Inside the center of this, I'll show you. Looking at this from here, look at that. It's spiraled, which is weird. Very strange. Is that going to cause any problems? Absolutely not. You know what? I pressed flip and it's just cut out the live stream. That was kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, I was saying, is that going to make a difference? Absolutely not. YouTube live streaming thing on phone is really quite janky, in my opinion. Remember to guard your privacy in the live stream. You should be wearing a mask. You should not pretend to care about my health. That's dishonest. Okay, next. Over here. Eight likes. I think that might be the most likes I've ever had on a live stream. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I've kind of run out of things to talk about, so if there's anything you want to talk about, leave it in the chat and we'll talk about it. Because otherwise, I'm just going to work on this. I need to do some GoProing. Let's do that. Just cleaning up this with the drill. That didn't sound very good, did it? Let's do it again. Just cleaning up these holes with the drill and the wire wheel. Live streaming at the same time. Yeah. Let's put this down over here. What can it see? That. Okay, that's cool. Yep. Yep. You should be wearing eye protection. Yeah, probably. And a mask. And a back brace. This is just to get the rust and shit out of this hole. It is really rusty. Yeah. You should be wearing gloves. Yeah. Perfect. Is it though? Is it perfect? I don't know, man. Safety squints. That really is weird. That spiral. Heading up there like that. Very, very strange. I might put that on the GoPro as well. It's very interesting inside here that there's a spiral pattern. Very weird. I've never seen that before. Okay, well, I've cleaned those up as best as I can. And it's time to put the bushes in. Yeah. Set up the camera there. You're gonna need grease. Let's show the part number, shall we? Here's the part number that we're doing. What is it? 211836A, rear trailing arm rear bush sport. Yep. I'm not convinced that's the right bush. Hang on, if the video drops out, I'll be back in just a second. I don't think it will, but it might, because YouTube is weird. Let's see. 211836. Yes, it's the correct one. Don't know if we dropped out or not. Probably not. Nobody's talking to me anymore. We might have lost the live stream totally. I think they're the right one. Yeah, that fits in there nicely. Okay, cool. So here's the bush we're going to be using. Part number will be in the description. Need some grease, some SMAR. Yeah. All that grease. All of the grease. All of the grease. The SMAR, the fat. Can't see what you're doing. It's fine. Doesn't matter. It's nothing. I'm rubbing grease on the outside of this metal. Rubbing that grease. Grab some more grease. Rub that grease on here. And then push the bush in. Like that. Rub some more grease on this one. Nobody watching apparently, but we know YouTube is a liar. Eight likes. Wow. Right. Bush is pressed in. Could you call it pressed in, or are they just pushed in? Pressed in is a little bit deceiving. It suggests that I used a press, which I didn't, because you don't need a press for this. Although I might need to go get my my clamp again. I'm not sure. Should have done the center hole before installing the bush, because it's kind of difficult to. Oh, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right. That's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. Don't mind me just fingering a hole over here. What's it like at Dave's place? A lot of this. I like how Sunny Tora just left one random comment that made no sense and then left. Just no idea. No idea what he was talking about. He's like hydraulic or air something, and it's like I don't know, dude. Not sure. Okay. Push that in. We're gonna be able to have nice things. No, we're not. No, can't do it. I'm gonna need to get either a hammer or some kind of clamp to squash that, but it's alright. We'll do the other one. Uh-oh. Do the other one and then go get the clamp. Do them both at the same time. Move the GoPro over here. Can it see what I'm doing? Nope. There we go. Get all of the grease. Yep. Do the inside at the same time. Make it easier for later. Press it in. Grab the other one. Do the same thing. Run out of grease. Open up another grease packet. There's just grease everywhere. Oh, now it's on the ground, picking up rocks and shit. Yep. Great. Good shit. What's going on? Oh, I think he was talking about the press, but I doubt he's still here. No, I don't think he's still here. He might have been talking about the press, but I don't understand the context of, was that a, like, did he say that's a question, or was it a question, or was he trying to guess what the press in front of him was, or was he making a suggestion about what I should be using, or, you know what I mean? Don't know. Not sure. I've got myself into a pickle. I need... My hands are all covered in shit. I don't have any rags, and I need rags. I'm going to leave you there for a second. If you have a question or a comment, leave it there. Good morning. Good Monday for tuning car. I mean, it is. Every day is a good day for tuning cars. I need to disappear off screen for a second to grab a rag. I would take you with me, but my hands are all messy and I don't want to touch the camera. So just hang on a second. I'll be back. I am back. Did everybody leave? Why don't you get a big container of grease instead of the individual packets? I do have a big container of grease, but I'm using the grease that they supply because I don't specifically know what grease it is. I have a suspicion that it's silicone grease, but I don't know for a fact. There's no smell to it. I can't identify it. I can't use the same stuff that they... I might, after I finish this, I might email them. Besides, what am I going to do with this if I don't use it? Throw it away? Doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, I'm just using the grease they supply. It would certainly make more sense to dip my finger into a container of grease, rub it around. Definitely easier, makes more sense, but yeah, using the grease they supply. And if I didn't use this, what would I do with it? Throw it away. Kind of wasteful. Open up another pack of grease. Right, now we're cooking. Now we've got enough. I cleaned this. I dropped this before. I cleaned it off and going again because it had gravel on it. It doesn't have gravel on it anymore. Having gravel on it doesn't really matter because it's gonna get gravel on it anyway. The first drive you take. Yeah, okay. Press this in, or push it in. Not using a press, so don't be deceiving with your words. Rub some grease on the shaft. Yeah. And then poke. It's not even a shaft, it's a tube. Poke that in the best you can. And as before, I'm going to be using the clamp. One of these. It's just a woodworking clamp. 12-inch, 300mm quick ratcheting bar clamp. Push button to release and slide jaw. Cool. And yeah, that'll just go on there, and we can just casually do this and push it in. No need for a bearing press. Just use this. It works really, really well. You could use a G-clamp or whatever you've got. sick. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final bush in the, well, aside from the sway bar, but the sway bar is a bit of a different, I need to do that later. And the sway bars are so easy to do, it's crazy. You just rub grease on it and then slide it over. There's no complicated press or anything with the sway bar. Super easy. Yes, I need to order that. What's it called? The Serial 9 bush ASAP. Although, do I? It doesn't really matter because it's something I can do later. It really is. It will not be difficult to do later. It might even be, you could even argue it'll be easier later because it's in the car and the car is holding on to the thing, so you don't have to wrestle. I have to wrestle with this shit. It's just there. It could work out to be more difficult because of angles. Well, I'm lying on my back on the ground trying to do it, but I don't think so. It's on the bottom, and this is lower, yeah. Yeah, it's underneath. It should be right there. So yeah, so that's that done. Let's do some sweeping shots with the GoPro, just to, because you have to play some music. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Done. Right. So that's all good. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, I can't really do the sway bar until I put it all back together. And my sway bar needs a damn good clean before I put it back in the car. Get the dirt off it. Get it ready. Right. Do you want to see? You can have a look. There they go. See? Yeah, and this is the one I was talking about before. You can actually hear it clicking. It's rooted. But there they are. Look at that. Oh shit. Do some of this. That panoramic shit. Those are done. I had a battery keeps going flat, don't know why. Done parasitic draw tests. Completely, what's the word? Not unreliable. So bright. What's the word? The results are there, like, inconclusive is the word I was looking for. I don't see any parasitic draw during tests, but my battery's just going flat on its own. I don't know why. It's a new battery too. Could have something to do, it might be the inverter just turning on and draining the battery. I have a solution for that. But yeah, got to do this before you do that, I am done with bushes for the day. The next time I come out here, which will be tomorrow or this afternoon, I'll be putting those arms in loosely. Oh, here's something, I can show you this. Here's a real spoiler for you. One that might cause a little bit of controversy. Where's my key? Controversy. Ready for this? My keys. Right. Fellow Altezza owners, controversial. Why did you do that? Well, because... Here we go. So, I'm underneath the car. See? Wheel arch. Flip the camera around. This is the subframe. It's all painted. Now, this up here... Okay. I'm supposed to do up the nut that's in there. And you are supposed to torque the nut, not the bolt. There is no way you can get a torque wrench to this side. Right? You can't get... This is the bolt, so you can't put the bolt in from that side so that you can torque the nut here. So people say, why don't you just torque up the bolt? Well, you could. You could. You're not supposed to, but you could in this situation. I don't see another way, right? Because you're supposed to torque this when the suspension is like squashed. But how could you? It's impossible. So, can you see? I drilled a hole. I lined up this and drilled a hole through there. Then I found out that it's actually double skinned. That's not the wall of the trunk or boot. So I did something else as well. So then what happened was oh crap. Okay, I've got stuff in the boot, so I have to take that out to show you. Yeah. One shock and my exhaust. What exhaust do you... There's my exhaust there. Yep. The exhaust is a Pexi N1 that I actually damaged while I was driving to Kyoto because Kyoto sucks. Don't go to Kyoto. Kyoto's terrible. Let's do this. Well, but I went to Kyoto and it was lovely. Yeah. Don't go to Kyoto. Right. Okay, so flip this around. So I drilled a hole here. And now I can put the bolt, I can actually feed the bolt the whole way through. And I can get a torque wrench to this side. So I can either put the bolt in from this side and torque it on the other side, or put the bolt in from the other side, torque it from this side. The other thing I can do is put the bolt in for this side, and then while I'm driving, the bolt can't fall out. You see what I'm saying? The plan is, it's going to be difficult to do, but the plan is to put a grommet on here. So if I feed the bolt in from this side and the nut falls off for whatever reason, because I'm retarded, the bolt will, if the nut falls off, the bolt will back its way out and then hit that wall. It won't be able to fall out. So it's actually better. Wait, view message. Show. I would have just welded the nut to the back side and never thought about it again. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I thought about that, though I thought about it after the fact. After I got this back in, that's when I realized that after I got the subframe back in, that's when I realized there was a problem here. Had I have seen this, then yeah, I also would have just welded the nut to the backside and never thought about it again. But here we are, and now I have access to both sides, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, put a grommet in there or a plug, and now the bolt won't be able to back itself. If it does back itself out, it won't be able to catastrophically, we'll get a clunk and shit, but yeah, the bolt won't be able to fall out, which I like. The other thing that I did, which I not necessarily needed to do, because it is possible to access it from, well, here, I'll show you. Those two bolts are awfully close to the wall, So I drilled some holes for those as well. Show you from the other side. Now you might say, you didn't need to do that. You're right, I didn't need to do that. And I've spray painted it black as well. I didn't need to do that. But now I have better access. And better access makes things faster. And when on a race car or on a drift car, which this is, if it saves me 5 minutes, then that's 5 more minutes I can spend on track if I ever need to drop the diff, which I hope I never have to do at the track. But if I have to do it at home, if it's 5 minutes I save here, that's good too. If I make something easier, I'm more likely to actually do it rather than procrastinate, if you know what I mean. Oh, but you can't do that because whatever. Really? Well, then why has Toyota done it right here and here? These are for letting water out. Well, I mean, those aren't structurally, they're not going to compromise the structure of the boot. So put a grommet, we'll put, what do you call them, plugs. Put plugs in the holes. There. I don't even need one for there because it's double skinned. One goes on the other side. I only just thought of it actually. I could make a plug, 3D print a plug out of TPU that is actually plugs from here, like a nice long plug that you push in and can pull out. I could design that and 3D print it, rather than trying to get at it from the other side. But it's just to stop dirt and stuff from getting in here, really, with the added bonus of that bolt not being able to back out. But yeah, this is what I've done. You don't have to agree that it was a good idea, but yeah. Has everyone seen these that I made a long time ago? Yeah? Pretty cool, I reckon. It's so you can put the toolbox and the jack on there, and then the carpet just goes over the top so you can't even see them. The other thing I did was this. When I'm not going to the track and just driving around, I keep a small toolkit under here, and that clips on and holds it in position. Still have my wheel and tire, but I got a toolkit under there. I also keep the drill in there to undo the bolts for this, because my jack is under there. So grab that, zip those out, pull the jack out, and yeah, you can change a tire. Just stuff, just ideas that I had. Were those necessary? No. Am I happy I did it? I would say at this point, I'm not happy I did it. I'm not disappointed that I did it. I think it will save time. I don't know, the holes for the diff might be obstructed by the sway bar, but we'll find out later. And I mean, weight saving, if nothing else. If nothing else, it's weight saving. So yeah, that's that. That's almost everything, I think. Jeez. Nice. Try and put this floor back in. Yeah, real quick. Yep. It's so bright. The future's so bright, you're going to need sunglasses. Suspension. Ugh. Exhaust. I'm exhausted. Can't get it in the car. There we go. Why don't you go there for the minute? That's better. The suspension I use is a Pexi N1, same as the exhaust. Suspension and exhaust are matching. I am looking forward to lowering my car considerably, probably an inch, when I finally put it back down on the ground. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And that might be it. That might be the end of everything. I think I've explained quite a lot of things. I forget. Did you do Totocams? Yes, I did. I did do the Totocams. Um, how much difference did they make? No idea, because I did the cams and the ITBs at the same time. So yeah, it's impossible to know. Same with the. Unfortunately, that's going to be the case with um, the a lot of the suspension stuff. I'm not going to know specifically what did what, because I'm going to adjust the. Well, I'm doing all of the I'm doing all of the suspension bushes at the same time. Look at me blinking. Doing all the suspension bushes at the same time, so I can't tell you which one made what difference. But realistically, you should do them all at the same time. Oh, really? I don't remember you messaging me about your ITB install. Um, Sorry about that. I get the randomest messages, the most random messages from people asking about stuff. So if I don't remember specifically who you are, um, apologies, but yeah, hopefully I was able to give you some kind of helpful advice or whatever. Confucius say, man that runs in front of car gets tired, but man behind car gets exhausted. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. What was the topic of me? What was the subject we were commenting on about ITBs? Were you using Panic or 20 valve? I really, I really want, I really want to actually get rid of the Panic and go for four electric throttles. Just because there's nothing wrong with the Panic. The Panic worked fine. I drove the car for 5 days straight for like what 8 hours straight. Drove to Kyoto and back, and it didn't miss a beat. There was a few times when the tune wasn't quite right, but that's got nothing to do with the ITBs. They function perfect that whole time. So once you get them set up, there's nothing wrong with the Panic ITBs at all. Once you get them set up, they're just finicky. If you use the alignment tool that I made, that is free, you just have to ask me for it, and it is on the Discord. If you use that, then getting them lined up is piss easy now. I don't fear pulling them off the car anymore. It gives you that accuracy that they never had. I have a TPS relocation, which means that that's easier to fit into an Altezza now. I really, I really want someone in my friends group to buy Panic ITB so that I can do it again and try to get them to fit without the clutch master modification. But yeah, none of my friends want to do that. Maybe 2026 someone will want to do it. Blacktop 20 valve. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Surf Fab exhaust. Surf Fab. I have mixed feelings about Surf Fab. I'd like to try their ITBs. Interesting. Interesting shape. I'd like to see their sump, like oil pan, in real life too. It looks like crap on the internet. I want to know what it looks like in real life. Is it actually any good? I like the JSP sump, but it's way too much money for me. And they don't even know if it fits Altezza or not.
It should fit. I'm not spending that kind of money to do R&D for you, bro. Sorry. I did that with a Panic ITBs. I'm not doing that again. Someone else can guinea pig that shit. Pay the money and then it doesn't fit. Modify your front subframe to fit the. No, no, not me, not me. Not unless I'm getting it. If I'm getting it for free, I'll try it. Or if I can fit it and it doesn't fit, I get my money back. I'll try it, but otherwise, nope, not about it. Oh, I saw somebody say that it fit. Nah, nah, I want to see it fit in a video, in an unedited video. I'm rambling. Anyway, um, um, yeah, I think that's everything on Jumanji's back there looking. It's amazing what a couple of years will do of nature just taking over. When I first moved in, that house wasn't that bad. Like you could have fixed it up. Now, I don't know, man. The Yeah, you can see it. That there, that's the aerial hanging off the roof. It was at the top, and it fell from the top. And the only thing holding it on is like the safety wires that go near the gutter, and it's just dangling there over the road. It's pretty bad. I guess some animal climbed on it and it let go because the wind wasn't going to knock an antenna over. I wouldn't have thought. Anyway, yeah, that's that. I think that's it. I think 2 hours, pretty good live stream. Thanks to everybody who joined in. Thanks to everybody who left a like. 8 likes. That's really nice of you. Appreciate it. Um, Enjoyed the chat. Thanks for keeping me company. Um, oh, I better address that quickly before I go. The Blacktop 20 valves. Um, it's a fine choice. I like the fact they've got the air bypass built into the thing. That's nice. It makes tuning them easier, I think, because the balance comes from that rather than from. Is that was wait was that how you balance? Yeah, it was. The balancing becomes easier because it's just those screws. You don't actually have to adjust the amount of idle. You adjust the amount of bypass. The synchronization and on the 20 valve, the synchronization and the balancing are separate, and I really like that. With the Panic, the synchronization and the balance are the same, which is it can be problematic to set up. I'm still getting I'm still getting binding issues where if I let off the throttle gently, I'll get one AFR, and if I let it off hard, I'll get a different AFR because one of them will close more than the other. I thought I figured that out, but no, I don't know what causes that, and it's kind of like it might be something I just have to get used to. Anyway, other than ITB, CNC Innovation is another option for intake manifold tuning. Yeah, I saw that CNC Innovation um, made a manifold for that. I actually contacted them about making some parts for me, and they're like, "Let's see it." So I sent them the designs, and then they just never replied. So I'm hoping they're not just gonna come out with my designs sometime under their label. I hope they don't do that. They could. Nothing for me to nothing. I can't stop them from doing it. They have the designs. Um, yeah, I hope they don't do that. But yeah, they obviously decided they didn't want to make them for me. I wasn't trying to get them for free. I was just trying to get them to make them because it was difficult to find someone who would actually make the stuff for me. You know what I mean? Like I contacted a few like CNC companies about like paying them to make it, ordering it from them, and everyone in Japan said no, we can't make that, or um, and then yeah, the CNC were just like they got the design and just never replied. So look forward to my parts coming out from CNC Innovation in the future. Nah, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, their intake manifold looks okay. I mean, I don't know why you would do that. What is the purpose? The stock one actually has velocity stacks built, like the stock intake manifold has velocity stacks built into it. And like what more do you need? The CNC Innovation's not going to flow more than the stock one, because Yamaha made it. Yamaha know what they're doing with that. And you really, to get more power, you need to do cams and stuff like that. And I don't see the benefit of going to a different intake manifold. If you're going to a different chassis that it doesn't fit in, maybe, but I don't know. If you're turboing it, then, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Don't know. Oh, but there's 1 horsepower hiding in the intake manifold if you change it. That was at $1,000 manifold, and you get 1 or 2 horsepower. Don't know. That's not very good bang for buck, man. Don't know. But they do look nice. I'll give them that. They do look nice. Props to anybody who buys that, because it's a nice looking part. But yeah, as I say, I think that's the end of this live stream. Honestly, I'm gonna go have some lunch. Might have ramen and fried chicken for lunch. What do you reckon? I reckon that's a plan. That's a good idea. We should do that. You could do that. I could do that. I might do that. Yeah, but keep you with me while I pack up a little bit. Why not? I like talking about ITBs and things. For a while, I didn't. I didn't like talking about it. It stressed me out. Now I'm kind of over that, and I like talking about it. I'm still a student of it. I'm not an expert on ITBs. Not at all. I do have experience with them. I've spent a lot of time looking at service manuals and videos from people. The ITB crowd are an interesting crowd, because a lot of the ITB crowd are, I did it for the noise. I don't really care about how the car idles. I don't really care about how the car is in cruise. All I care about is, like, I don't care about how the car performs in traffic. It's just for the track. And if I have to, bounce the throttle a little bit to keep it idling on the track, then I don't care. A lot of ITB guys are like that. As long as it's fine at full throttle, I don't care. They run fine. I'm a rare one that wants the car to feel stock but has ITBs, and a lot of people will say that's not possible, but my car is really close to that right now, because I've taken the time, I've ignored a lot of people, complained a lot, pressed for answers where there were none, and yeah, like, the car idles beautifully. It's got that sticking ITB problem. It still idles, just the AFR is a little bit funky. It'll go a little bit rich. or a little bit lean, but it's only a little bit. And if you touch the throttle, if you touch the pedal, you fix it. Or you snap the throttle and you fix it, depending on which way you set it up, because you can set it up with you can release the pedal hard and then set the balance like that, or you can release the pedal softly and set the balance like that. Whichever way you do it, you can not fix it, but you can change what it's doing with your foot at the traffic lights as you wish. I'll look at fixing that once all of this is done, because it's just fiddling. Hopefully get it. But yeah, as I was saying, my car, driving it round, it feels stock, which is good. It's what I wanted. Has more power, makes a bunch more noise, but you know, it idles at the lights. The air, when you turn the aircon on, it idles up. The RPM doesn't drop when you turn the aircon on. All the stuff you'd expect from OEM, but it has ITBs. A lot of people told me that's impossible. No, it can't be done. Yeah, it can. Can, 100%. 100% be done. And with 20 valve ITBs, it would be even easier, honestly, because of the balancing being different from the synchronizing. But anyway, I've been rambling. Yeah, I will. I'll see you in the next live. No, you'll see me. Oh, well, I might see you if you're in the chat. You got to chat to me. 10 likes. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who joined. Everybody I was chatting to, leaving the comments. Yeah, there's another live that I did before this one, like 5 minutes before this one. So if you you won't have seen that. I will make it. Unfortunately, I started the live in what's the word, like unlisted. So I'll make it public, and there's, I don't know how much information's in that. That might be an interesting watch. If you want to see some more of me from today, you can go watch that, or go back to the start of this live and watch that, because there was stuff I was talking about in the beginning too. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining. I'll yeah, see you later. Bye.